What's going on, man? I'm about to show y'all how I went from 0 to 6 figures as a barber and how you can do the same in any service-based industry. So there's two different scenarios. Either you don't have anything going on and you just looking at other people, looking at different businesses you want to start and trying to get an idea of what you should do or how you should go about it, or you already in the middle of your business. You know, you may be in school already, maybe in cosmetology school already, maybe in the middle of getting certified in whatever trade or skill or whatever service that you're gonna offer to the world. But we're gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna start from the beginning, complete beginning, and I'm gonna go step by step on how to build it up. Okay, so the very first thing is your mindset. You have to be relentless with your work ethic. You gotta wanna go get it. You have to respect yourself and respect your brand. You have to know that this is a brand that you're trying to build. It's not nothing to play with. That's where I messed up at. When I first came in, I wasn't taking my brand and myself as serious as I should have, and it reflected on how people dealt with me. So if you come in holding yourself to a certain standard, and having a certain mindset towards what you're trying to build, you getting up every day in the morning, you ain't coming home till late, you doing the extra things, you taking care of your clients, you doing, to do certain things, then you're gonna be fine in the industry. It's only a matter of time. You're gonna start making the money you want to make. It's only a matter of time. But you have to understand that it's other people who are already established. It's people who in a school. It's people who just out of school doing it, or just got certified in whatever, or just started just like you. And so it's a whole bunch of people in your area, especially if you're in a major city, who are fighting for the same type of clients that you're fighting for. So, you got to understand that it's not a competition, but it is a competition, because you have to make your brand and your image up to a certain standard. The main thing is just being relentless. You have to be relentless with your work ethic. You got to have a certain mindset of really wanting it. There's no way around it. You damn near got to act like your back against the wall, even if it's not. And for some people, this may be your last resort, but you got to treat it like that. And it's not just the working hard, it's also respecting other people, respecting yourself, respecting people's time, respecting your time, and having standards for yourself and for your brand. Number 2 is having a vision. You have to have a vision for what type of people you want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You have to have a vision on where you want to be doing providing your service, whether it's cutting hair, what type of salon you want to be in, what type of hair, whether it's doing hair, you have to have a vision for what type of salon or barbershop you want to be in. Do you want to be in a high-scale salon? Do you want to be at a lower price and do high value? Do you want to be at a higher ticket and potentially, but take more time on it? You have to have a vision on how you kind of want to have your business set up, rather your service-based business set up, rather that's doing lawn care, what type of houses, what type of lawns you want to, do you do commercial building? Do you only do regular? You want to just do regular houses? Like, you have to have a vision on what type of people you want to deal with on a day-to-day basis, and kind of what side of the industry you're going to be on in any industry. Number 3, online presence. Online presence nowadays is the biggest thing. You could be the best barber best hairstylist, be the best at cutting grass, the best waxer, best lash tech, but if nobody can find you, then it doesn't mean anything. You got to make sure that your online presence is good. This is Instagram, this is Facebook, this is Google, this is Booksy. If you in certain industries, this is all the different apps that you can use that people can use to find the service that you're offering, all the different websites and apps and platforms that people can use to find the service that you're offering, you have to be on. And you have to be pushing consistent quality content on these platforms using hashtags of your city, and kind of where you at relative to the city. You know what I'm saying? So that is a big thing. If people can't find you, then it's gonna be harder for you to scale at a faster rate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is damn near top tier. And one mistake I made is thinking that I had to get good or become great at it before I really pushed it to the world. And I wish I haven't did that. You want to put out the content in the beginning while you not good, while you in school for it, and you don't have any cut clients, and you might not be as good at the service as you want to be. And you're thinking, you seeing all these people online that's real good posting, putting out high quality content, and it's stopping you from doing that. Do not do that. People are gonna respect you more for being transparent and posting the journey. So when you do start posting and getting better, people are gonna be able to see that you came a long way, and you gonna have the footage. Everything's just gonna play out. Trust me, just post. No matter what position you in, post what you're doing. People want to see that, it's good for people to see that you're doing your business, whatever you're doing, and people are actually coming to spend money with you on a day-to-day basis. First thing first, if you're not already good, or if you're not already, have experience, you have to get experience. Whether you're cutting hair, doing lines, doing lashes, you have to keep doing it every day, all day, until you get decent enough, until you get good at least decent. I'm personally, I cut hair. I'm cutting my little brother's hair. I'm cutting my partner's hair. I'm cutting everybody's hair until I got decent enough to charge somebody. Don't go out trying to charge people for something. Don't go out automatically trying to charge people for something you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You do it for free. Whatever service, you do it for free until you become good enough to charge people. And then you become good enough to charge people. You start off low. I was charging 10, man, I wasn't even I was charging 5, 10, 15 bucks just having my friends and people around me pay me just so I can get good at cutting hair. You have to do that. You have to go through those times of sacrificing to go and get good at whatever service you're providing. There's no way around it. You have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something. So if you're providing a service that requires a certificate or requires a license, or you had to go to school for it, or you had to go to trade school, whether it's barber school, cosmetology school, you know what I'm saying, nails, if you're doing nails, if you're doing line, whatever you're doing, providing a service, I would suggest you to get licensed and get certified in what you're doing. Going to school is not going to necessarily guarantee that you have a clientele or you come out with a big clientele, but the fact that you took the time to go get certified and licensed is going to give, it's going to put yourself and your business automatically above other people who didn't take the time out to certify themselves or license themselves. And also, school is, you definitely don't have to. I know plenty of people make good money not having or not certified or not licensed. That's not the issue. But especially when you're starting off, school is good to be around like-minded people, and then also being around the instructors and different people who already did what you're trying to do that already did what you're trying to do in the industry that you're in. So it's more so the networking and the knowledge and being around people every day who aiming towards the same goals that's gonna push you there more so than the actual license and the certification. So school, whatever it is it's important. Get certified. So once you're ready to, do what you're doing, every day you ready to go full time and really, really make this a living, you have to understand where you're at. You have to simply understand where you're at. Now, if you're in a major city, are you downtown in a major city? Are you in the suburbs? Are you outside of a major city? Where exactly are you at? And is there enough traffic basically for your appetite? Is there enough people who demand your service in the area that you're in? And if not, you have to move around. You can't say, if you break it down, and 6 figures is the base, 6 figures is that's just the number. If you break it down 6 figures and you have to be doing a certain amount of clients per week, per day to reach that number, but the area you're in, not enough people are demanding those services, or you will have to have a complete 100% monopoly of it in order to even reach that. Then you probably need to move around. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a major city, I'm in Dallas. If you're in a major city, Dallas, Houston, any major cities throughout the South or anywhere in the nation, you should be good. If you in the smaller cities, you may have to go downtown in the smaller cities to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And even with doing certain services like lawn care or anything else where you going to them, you may be on the side of town where you may have a certain vision to want to kind of do upscale lawn care, but the side of town you on, it may not be conducive to that. Those people may be the type of people to try to look for the cheapest thing and not the most cheapest service and not the most high quality service. So you got to understand that goes back to what I was talking about with demographic. Me personally, I wanted to be dealing with a demographic of people who care more about quality than price. So, I made that happen. So you have to understand, I got in the area where those people are at, So you have to go to the area and go around the people who are, in line with kind of your vision for the people you want to be dealing with. Okay, so client experience is a big thing. You want to ask, after somebody has spent money with you, you want to ask them, you want to get, and even, okay, so say for instance, you don't want to talk to your clients, or you're not that transparent, you're not that open with people. If somebody's close to you, a friend, family member who gets the service from you, you have to tell them, be honest, how can I improve? How can I provide a better experience? How you looking when people come see you, how you dressing, how you smelling, how you, what feeling do people get after leaving and spending money with you is a big thing that a lot of people don't look at. You have to understand, the environment that you provide, and when people come to you, the how you making them feel after the service you provided. You have to be aware of all that, and you have to ask these people before the cut or before the service, after the service. A big thing that I learned also is, a lot of the times if you're providing a service, that person already had that service plenty times before. They're looking for somebody new to provide that service. So if they're coming to you, they already had plenty of people. They've already been unsatisfied with plenty of people. So you ask them specifically, what did the last people do that you didn't like? And they're going to sit there and tell you. People are going to tell you exactly what you want to know. You just have to listen. You have to ask the right questions. You basically have to ask. You got to ask people how you want them to, or how they want you to treat them. You got to ask people. Certain people, you may be dealing with certain people who don't want to listen to certain music. You may be dealing with certain people who don't, and you have to have spatial awareness. You have to know what's going on and what type of people you dealing with at all times. Don't ever just be, everywhere in the head. Don't ever just think everybody's the same and you can do the same thing. You don't have to change. You're going to be the same. No. You may have to make minor adjustments for different type of people if you want to service different demographics of people. So a big thing is timing and scheduling. And you have to have a booking site. You have to have a landing page or a website where people can go book your service, unless you're doing a service where they call, or you have to have a business number where they can call you, and then you get on the phone. Don't get on the phone sounding like, get on the phone, sound professional, sound like you take your business serious, sound like you're somebody they want to come spend their money with. Be confident, let them know, talk firm about your pricing, about your location, let them know about your business. It's best to do your best to lay this all out on whatever landing page or website that you had them going to, so you won't have to, take so many. You won't have to do so many, but sometimes you're gonna have to take calls and explain and tell people, and let people know how you operate and how your business operates and what they have to do in order to come to you and what they have to do, and that'll make them feel comfortable. But the whole point is to make it from the time they see you online or they hear about you. The whole goal is to make it as easy as possible for them to book an appointment with you. You don't want to make it hard for people to get to point A to point B. You want to lay all the information out there. You want to, on your booking site, on your landing page, on your Instagram, all the information, how they need to be when they come, in my instance, putting on there, make sure your hair is washed and clean, or it will be an upcharge, or you will be charged extra and it will require shampoo if your hair too dirty. Simple things like that. If you provide any type of service, you have to let them know what the requirements are in your landing pages or your website before. So all of that can be, all the questions they may have, all of that could be answered on whatever booking site or landing page that you have. Respect people's time. So communication is a big thing. People will stop. Certain people not everybody can go about some people are on a schedule. Not everybody can go about their day and be 10, 15, 30 minutes late here, 10 minutes. Some people are on a strict schedule. So you have to respect your own time and respect other people's time. If you tell that person, or if they book and y'all have an agreement upon a certain time, you have to respect it. You have to respect that. I messed up. A lot of people mess up, not communicating maybe, or not even changing the times on your booking site. Anything like that, you have to let people know. If you're running behind, you have to communicate. Over communicating is better than under communicate. It's better for somebody to tell you, okay, oh yes, I knew, or yes, okay, fine, then for you to have that one person be like, man, I needed it at this time, man. I thought you were going, So you want to overly communicate in every situation possible. Overly communicate, overly communicate. That's one big thing too. I want to say, overly communicate. If you're going to be late, if something happened, emergency, anything, communicate that with anybody who on your booking site who booked an appointment with you that's going to be affected by your absence or going to be affected by your lateness or anything. Another big thing is networking. You have to get around people who are in the same industry as you that's doing better than you. This is in general. You have to get around people doing better than you in order to receive new information and get motivated. But whatever industry you're in, you have to go around people. Do what you have to do to get around people who are doing better than you in that industry, who are maybe already booked out in that industry, who already had a lot of clientele, who does whatever service you're doing, the way that you want to be doing it, or does it in a way that you respect. You have to go get around people. You have to listen. Everything is already, all you got to do is pay attention. You get around people who doing better than you in the industry, they going to tell you how to get to their position. You just have to listen. You can't come in on some, no matter how good you is, you got to come in on some trying to listen and understand. You can't come in like you already got it figured out. If you come in willing to learn, you ask the right questions, people are going to, you cool, people are going to give you the information. I swear to God, people are going to give you the information that it takes in order to get to where you're trying to get to, or get to where they at, or, and you take that and you adjust your game slowly. You take the information from different people. You don't copy anybody. You don't copy fully one person. You take game from everybody and apply it to the game. You take a little game from people and you apply it to the game you already have. And you slowly get better. This person may show you something about this and you may add that. Then this person may show you this and then you do that. And so it all come together and build. It's going to slowly build, it's going to slowly build your brand up. So another thing in networking is also you can't be shy. You never know what's on the other side of a simple conversation. You may open up your mouth to somebody and you may not even be necessarily all that in the service that you're providing. You may not be the best at the service you provided. They may just like you as a person and gravitate to you. They may just gravitate to you as a person and wanna support what you provide and want to support your service. Networking is definitely key. Going to different events, maybe going to certain parties. I'm not a big club guy myself, but going to certain events, going to different parties and different things, getting in rooms with different people, showing your face in different spots in whatever city or whatever location you're in. Passing out cards. So business cards are key. They're not, you don't specifically, I was able to build a good clientele without even having business cards, but business cards is for this. And I brought this in with the networking because certain instances you may not be able to have a conversation with somebody. It may be very brief. You might not even have time to pull out your phone and have them add you or look at your website. That's why you had the business cards on deck on hand at any time. Clear photos, number, picture, professional picture of yourself, Instagram, number, and clear photos of your work. I suggest a 4x6 just because it shows a clear picture of, it's big enough to show. It's the smallest postcard size where it shows, it can show everything and fit everything. So I suggest the 4x6 postcards. But even if you're not, even business cards are not just for handing. So people don't understand that business cards are not just for handing them to people. Once you develop relationships with businesses and retail locations and different people, you go in these different locations, hotels, restaurants, you go in different spots and you communicate and all of that, and you put your business cards in the front of their location. Say for instance, just anywhere, hotels, anywhere. You want to go in there, you want to network with the front desk people, and you want to have your cards so when people come in town, they can suggest people to you. But this comes from showing your face. You have to show your face. This is why networking is so important. It may take nothing but 2 or 3 times for you going in some location and a person taking a liking from you to you. And you may be able to set your business cards in their location simply because, somebody took a liking to you, or you had a conversation with them a few times, you know. So you definitely need these. Definitely need business cards. So one of the last things are reviews. You need to have reviews on all the platforms. Whatever app you own, any app you're on, Google, whatever, you have to have reviews for it. Google, Booksy, any app you own, you need reviews. Even client testimonials. Client testimonials are the biggest. You want to record people saying how satisfied they were after coming and getting a service done by you. You want to record people, same thing, I'm a barber. You want to record people cheesing after their haircut, man. Oh yeah, y'all come get a cut by, you know, being cut. Y'all come get a cut by Jay. Y'all come get a cut by, have them say that on while you're recording it. You know, and also have the people who are satisfied with their service, have them go write a 5-star review on wherever you collect, you know, whatever page, landing page, Google, whatever you use. Have them go in there and write a review. Now, if you're just starting out and you're not that good, please do not tell everybody to go write a review. Do not do it. When you're not all that good, even when you're really good and you dealing with a lot of people, especially if you're doing something like how I'm doing, I'm cutting hair, I'm dealing with a lot of people on a day-to-day, I'm pretty good at what I do, but it's still every single person is not going to be satisfied with your service. So you do not go and tell everybody to write a review, because everybody review ain't going to be, you know, everybody not going to be fond of you, to be honest. You know, it is what it is. At least your first 50, 100 reviews, you need to be calculated. You need to make sure they all 5 stars. You tell people who you know satisfied and who you know mess with you. You know, after the first time, if you do a service, they don't say nothing, they not that excited, they not that ecstatic. You don't know if they're going to come back. You don't know if they're going to be a repeat customer. Don't have them write no review. Just simply don't. Because you just never know, especially when you started out. You don't want those bad reviews holding you down. You know, but you in person, you want to ask people what you can do to get better, but you want to get a real review. Like you want them to tell you how you can get better. But if you're not at that space yet where you real good and efficient, you don't want them people to go writing online that, you know what I'm saying? You don't want people online, or you don't want people going on there writing bad reviews about you. Another thing is running ads. Running ads isn't mandatory, but if your presence on a certain platform is going in a good direction, if you have good photos, you got professional photos, you got real good photos of your work, you got professional photos of you, then you want to try out how different ads on different platforms will work for you. Everybody's different. You know, you may run Instagram ads, you may run TikTok ads, you may run ads anywhere and it may not work. You may run ads on Google and it work. You may run ads on Instagram and it work, and other stuff not work. You never know, but you have to try each one. And this is when you already have a little momentum. You already got reviews, you already got nice pictures, you already got professional pictures of yourself. Your online presence is probably at least a 6 or 7 out of 10 already. Then you want to run ads to, you know, see where, you know, and to get exposure throughout the city. Whatever city you in, whatever area you in, whatever service you provide, you want to run ads. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people, at least till you build your reputation up to the certain point that you need it. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people, and whatever service you're doing, it's going to be a lot of people doing it. You know, it get highly competitive when you kind of getting more so to the top. You know, you above where you been. You know how to start. You good maybe, but you ain't great. This is going from good to great. This is going from pretty good to excellent. You know, so you have to figure out, you know, what platform is kind of taking heed to what you putting out. So the last thing is just never getting big-headed. No matter how good you get, always ask questions. Always ask your clients, you know, always see and ask people what they feel like you could be doing better pertaining to your business. Always find ways to get better. Continue to do the things that got you there. Don't get to a certain point and stop doing those same habits that got you to that point. You continue with the same habits that got you to that point, and then you figure out how to work smarter. You figure out how to work more efficient. You figure out how to do it, and like I said, in a more efficient manner. Don't never get too big-headed. Even after you have a big thing, even after you cut a celebrity, even after you know, have $1,000 day, even after you have a real good week or a real good month, always stick to those same principles that got you there. Don't never get comfortable. You know, I see a lot of people, that's how you plateau, basically. You know, so that's a big thing too. Never get big-headed, never get too comfortable. Always look for ways to improve whatever service, whatever you have going on. But that's the last thing I wanted to hit on. If you learned anything or you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, like it, comment, do what y'all gotta do, man. I'm out. Appreciate you.